Hello everyone. Today's topic is statistics part 2. Part 1 has already been done. You can see that in my video section. And here we are going to deal with the group data for measures of central tendency. So, measures of central tendency. So, basically there are three measures of central tendency. They are mean, median and mode. So, for the group data, we are going to deal with this now. We have already done about the ungroup data in the last video. You can consult that, part 1, right? So now let's see the examples. The first example says the interval kind of 4 to 7, 8 to 11, 12 to 15, 16 to 19 and 3, 8, 3, 2 respectively are the frequencies. So here you can see the upper limit of the first interval is 7 and the lower limit of the second interval is 8. So the number we are stopping at 7 in the first interval, but we are starting with 8 in the next interval. So this kind of intervals have a break, you can say. So these kind of intervals need to be made continuous by just making the upper and the lower limits equal, same. That means if you are leaving at 7, you have to start from 7 again, right, in the next interval. So how we are going to do that, we will see in the problems, upcoming problems. So this is a one type, okay, where the upper limit is not equal to the lower limit. Another case is when your width size is not same. That means if you have here 20 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 60, 75, 75 to 100. So here you can see 20 and 40. There is a difference of 20. That means the class width is 20. In the next interval, it is 40 to 50. So the class width is 10. And similarly, there is the class width of 25 as well. So that means there are different class widths. So we have to make the proportionate equal class width, and then only we can proceed to find the mean, median and the mode. And the next type is 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. That means both the specifications are managed. That means your intervals are stopping at the same point and ending at same and beginning with the same point, like 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, right? The first part is clear. That means upper limit and the lower limit of both the intervals are equal, first and second. And the second thing is the width size is 5 overall. That means the width size is same and the upper limits and lower limits are also continuous. So that means in this problem, in the third one, we can proceed directly for the calculations. But in the other two first examples, we need to do, first of all, we have to make them proportionate, them equal, and then only we can proceed. Okay. So we will see in the upcoming examples, in the upcoming problems, that how we are going to make them proportionate. Okay. So let's see first the formulas of calculating the central tendencies. The first one is for the mean. For calculating the mean, there are three formulas in your course, in basic formulas you can say. So basic formulas are direct method, assume mean method and step deviation method. So why you need these all the methods? Why not only one method? Because in direct method, if your calculations are very big numbers you have, so the calculations become a little difficult to do, right? So for making those numbers simpler, means to make those numbers simpler and easy for calculations, you use other methods like step deviation and assuming, right? So you can use any of the methods right here, but if the numbers are big, you can use the step deviation method so that your calculations become easy, right? The first formula is direct mean, that is just summation of fi xi upon summation fi. Summation means sum. So sum of the frequencies and the product of the frequency and the midpoints, right? Assume mean method is a plus summation fi di upon summation fi, where di is xi minus a. A is an assumed mean, means we will assume mean by ourselves and then we will calculate the mean. So how is this happening? Let's see in the problem coming ahead. Okay. Next is step deviation, that is a plus summation fi ui upon summation fi into h, where ui is xi minus a upon h. Xi's are the midpoints, a is the assumed mean, same, and h is the class width, difference between the upper limit and the lower limit. Okay. So when you'll do the problems, you'll understand better. Let's see the formulas first. Then the formula of calculating the median is L plus n by 2 minus CF upon F into H, where your L is the lower limit of the median class. There is a median class. How that we are going to recognize that, I will let you know. So we have to take that lower limit of that particular median interval. Okay, and H is your same class width, N is the total number of frequencies, CF is the cumulative frequency. I have used the word in the last video also, you can see there, cumulative frequency of the preceding class then the median class. Okay, and F is the frequency of that particular median class. Let's move on to the next formula, that is for calculating the mode. Mode is the highest number of times that number is appearing, right? So that number which is appearing maximum number of times, right? So mode is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 upon 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H, where your L is again the lower limit of now the model class. How are you going to do find the model class? I'll let you know. F1 is the frequency of that particular model class. F0 is the frequency of the preceding class then the model class, and F2 is a frequency of class succeeding the model class. Okay, and H is the class width as usual. Okay, so let's see the problem. The first problem is for calculating the mean of the following data. I have made the whole table for you. Just in the papers, you will be given first two columns, that is the intervals and the frequencies, and you have to do the calculations yourself. So intervals are 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. And the frequencies corresponding are 6, 10, 8, 9, 7 respectively. Okay. Now you have to calculate the mean of the following data. We will be calculating the mean by using any of the formula, but in this question particularly, I am doing all the three formulas so that you'll be able to understand how we are going to apply any of the formulas. Okay, so let's see the first formula by using the direct method. By using the direct method, mean is summation fi xi upon summation fi. Okay, so just see the second column. Second column is the frequency. The frequencies are your FIs. Okay. And the third column is CF. CF means cumulative frequency, that is calculated by adding the frequencies of the next intervals, right? So first one will be 6 as it is, then 6 plus 10 will become 16, 16 plus 8 will become 24, 24 plus 9 will become 33, 33 plus 7 will become 40. So that last number should be equal to the total number of frequencies. Okay, you should remember this, 40 should be equal to the total number of frequencies. Then only that means you have calculated the correct CFs. Okay. The fourth column is XIs. You can see XI are the midpoints of the interval. How you are going to find the midpoint? Midpoint by adding the upper limit and the lower limit and dividing by 2. So just the midpoint, L plus U upon 2. Lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2, that is 0 plus 5 divided by 2, that is 2.5. Then 5 plus 10 divided by 2, that is 7.5. Then 12.5, 17.5 and 22.5. Okay. Now, next column is, the fifth column is XIFI. XIFI means we have to multiply the midpoints and the frequencies. So just have to multiply XI second column and the fourth column. So that means 6 into 2.5, that is 15. Okay. Then 10 into 7.5, that is 75. Okay. Then 8 into 12.5, that is 100. 9 into 17.5, that is 157.5. 7 into 22.5, that is 157.5. Again, just add all the XIs and FIs. So you can see the answer will be 505, right? 505. So by adding it, you will get this. And the total number of frequencies are 40. Okay, so just substitute these two values in this formula. So it is 505 upon 40, that is 12.62 after calculation. This was the first formula. Now let's see the second formula. Second is your assumed mean method, right? So your formula is A plus summation fi di upon summation fi, right? Now let's see. Now here you can see I have given you the green arrow as FIDI. Okay? So here it is FIBI. So here you are going to substitute this value with the green arrow, right? Now how this FIDI came? You can see the sixth column DI. DI is equal to XI minus A. Now first of all, what is this capital A? This capital A is your assumed mean. Okay? You know that mean is always one of this frequency, one of this points only, data only, one of the more data points, right? So the data points are actually the midpoints. We have calculated xi's. Okay? So assumed mean we will take as the mid value, the midmost value of the data, right? So midmost value will be the mid value of the midpoints, right? So your midpoints are xi's, that is 2.5, 7.5, 12.5, 17.5 and 22.5. So if these are odd number, then you can select the center value, right? 2 above, 2 below, and the center one is 12.5. So I have written you in the red color 12.5. So that 12.5 we will be taking assuming by ourselves. Okay? But if the data is in even number of terms, so you can take any of the two mid values, any of the two mid values. Okay? So there will be no problem. Okay? So here the data is odd, so it's easy for us to take the just the middle value, that is 12.5. So this 12.5 is actually A, right? So I am taking A as 12.5, and your FIDI will be how they are going to be calculated. You have to first calculate DI. Now DI is XI minus A, means you have to subtract 12.5 from each of the XI's. Okay, so 2.5 minus 12.5, that is minus 10. 7.5 minus 12.5 is minus 5. 12.5 minus 12.5 is 0. Then 17.5 minus 12.5 is 5. And 22.5 minus 12.5 is 10. So this is DIs. Now you have to multiply FIDI. That means you have to multiply these DIs with the frequency. That is the second column. So you have to multiply the second column and the sixth column. Okay. So multiplying second and sixth column, you get 6 into minus 10, that is minus 60. 10 into minus 5, that is minus 50. 8 into 0, that is 0. 9 into 5, that is 45. And 7 into 10, that is 70. So one point also I want you to notice that the values, the data is becoming simpler in values. If you can see, DIs are very simple to calculate. So that's why we are using the other methods to simplify our calculations, right? Now sum up the DIFIs, so you'll get 5. Okay, so that means summation of FIDIs will be 5 upon summation FI is 40, the red arrow. Okay, so that will be 40 same. So you'll calculate it and you will get 12.62, same answer, same mean. Okay, so maybe approximately there might be a difference, but there has to be same, right? Next, third method is step deviation method. Here you can see the formula is A plus summation Fi Ui upon summation Fi into H, right? Now, first of all, A you understood, that is assumed mean, that we have assumed ourselves, the midpoint, mid value, right? Now, H is the class width, as I have told you in the last page also. H is the class width. Class width of any of the interval is same, it is same overall. So that means you have to subtract the upper limit and the lower limit, that will be the class width. So upper limit is 5, lower limit is 0. So it will be 5 minus 0, that is 5, right? And now left with FIUI. Okay, now you see the second last column. So you can see UIs are what? Xi minus A upon H. I have written the formula Xi minus A upon H, right? Now A is assumed mean, H is a class width. Now Xi minus A already we have calculated, that is DIs. Okay? So you just in this column, in UI column, you have to divide the DIs by H, that is 5, right? So just divide the di's with 5. So it will be minus 10 upon 5, that is minus 2, minus 5 upon 5, that is minus 1, 0 upon 5, that is 0, 5 upon 5, that is 1, and 10 upon 5, that is 2. So you get the values of ui's, and fi ui is, you are going to multiply these ui's with the second column, that is fi. Okay, so if we'll multiply, you'll get 6 into minus 2, that is minus 12, 10 into minus 1, that is minus 10, 8 into 0, that is 0, 9 into 1, that is 9, 7 into 2, that is 14, and you have to add up and you'll get 1. Right, the yellow arrow. Now you have to substitute the values just, so A is same 12.5 plus summation fi ui is 1 upon summation fi is red arrow 40 into 5, that is your h, right? So you have to just calculate it and you'll get the same answer, 12.62, approximately the same answer. Okay, so these were the three methods, and you have seen ui's have become a single digit number. DI's were 2 digit, but UI's are single digit numbers. So you are going to actually simplify your calculations. That's why we're using the other methods. Okay, so this was it for mean. Let's see the other example. Now in this example, we are going to calculate the mean, median and mode, all three of them. So as I have given you the all the three definitions for the mean in the last example, so here we're going to use any one of the definitions and you have to calculate the mean. Now basically we have to see the median and mode now, right? So let's see the solution. So here the table is given to you. First two columns will be given to you, that is intervals and frequencies. Intervals are 51 to 55, then 56 to 60, 61 to 65 and 66 to 70. And the frequencies are 2, 7, 8, 4 respectively. Now, just see the point which I have told you in the starting of the video, that the intervals don't have the matching upper and lower limits, right? So if you are leaving at 55 in the first interval, you are again picking up with 56, not 55, right? So that is the thing. So you have to make them equal. So you can see the last column where I have written intervals, last column of the box. So here I have given you the intervals and I have actually made the intervals equal, upper limit and lower limit equal. How you have done this? You just have to subtract the two numbers, that is 55 and 56. The answer comes 1. You have to half that number, that means 0.5, and you have to subtract 0.5 from all the lower limits, and you have to add 0.5 to all the upper limits, right? You have to subtract all the lower limits by minus 0.5 and you have to add all the upper limits with 0.5. Okay? So you will get 50.5 minus 50.5 to 55.5, 55.5 to 60.5, 60.5 to 65.5 and 65.5 to 70.5. So this will be the perfect intervals. Now we are going to just see these intervals, not the given ones. Okay. So you're going to see the last column of for the intervals. Right. So now let's see the mean first. Mean is easy. You know the first formula you can use. It's simple. Summation fi xi upon summation fi. So here you can see fi's I have calculated. Simply xi's you have to take out. Xi's are midpoints of the intervals, that is 53, 58, 63 and 68. Okay. So you have to multiply these xi's with fi's and you will get sum as 1288 upon the total number of frequencies, that is 21. Okay. So that is 61.33. Now next we have to calculate the median. Okay, this is the main part. So I have put it on the box. The formula for the median is L plus N by 2 minus CF upon F into H, right? So first of all, we have to recognize the median class. Every time we have to calculate median. सबसे पहले first thing you have to do, first job is to find out the median class, right? So how we're going to do that? You have to calculate n by 2 first of all. N by 2. N is the total number of frequencies. Total number of frequencies are 21. As you can see, the second column, green color, I've written 21. Total is 21. So n by 2 will be 21 upon 2, that is 10.5, right? So now you have to search this 10.5 in your CF, that is cumulative frequency. So you can see 10.5 will come in this green line, right? That is 17, where 17 is written, right? So 10.5 will be included in this CF, okay, because the CF before this is 9, so it's up till 9 numbers, okay. So the next 10 number will come in the next CF, so that means 10.5 will appear in this 17, okay. So this 17 is the one which has this 10.5 number, therefore the corresponding interval, that is 61 to 65, or you can say 60.5 to 65.5. This will be the median class, which I have done in the green line, green color. So this line, this interval, this frequency will be the median class. Okay, this interval will be the median class because this 17 is getting this number 10.5 in it, right? So this is the median class. Now simple, you have to calculate this green color line is called the median class, this interval. Now simply you can see the lower limit of this median class is 60.5, not 61. It's 60.5 because you have to take the correct one, correct interval form, right? So it's L is 60.5. H is the difference between the intervals, that is 5. Okay. CF is the cumulative frequency preceding this class. Preceding means before this class. So if this class is CF is 17, so preceding will be 9. So CF we have taken as 9. That's why, because you have to take the cumulative frequency of the preceding class. And F is 8. F is the frequency of that particular class, that is 8. Right? So you have to substitute the values and you have to calculate and you will get 61.44. So it is 60.5 plus 21 by 2 minus 9 upon 8 into 5. Right? So it is 61.44. So approximately mean, median, modes values are almost equal. Right? Approximately they are same. So you have to see that also. The next is the mode. Mode we have to calculate. The formula is L plus F1 minus F0 upon 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H, right? Now, here we have to find the model class. Now, what is the model class? Model class is very simple. The class which is having the maximum frequency is called the model class. So, maximum frequency is 8. You can see in the frequency line FIs, the maximum is 8. So, that 8, corresponding to that 8, the interval is 61 to 65. So that interval is a model class. So here the median class and the model class are the both same. Okay. So we have to take this only. So simply if F is equal to 8 is the highest one. So 61 to 65 is the model class. So L will be same 60.5, not 61. It will be 60.5. Right one, okay. H is 5. F1 is the frequency of that particular class. You can see the formula if you are forgetting. F1 is the frequency of that particular class, that is 8. F2 is the frequency succeeding the class, that is 4. And F0 is the frequency preceding that class, that is 7. So you just have to substitute all the values. 60.5 plus 8 minus 7 upon 2 into 8 minus 7 minus 4 into 5. So if you calculate it and you will get the answer 61.88. Okay. So this was about mean, median and mode. Now, here is a problem for you. So you just solve the problem. Let me know the answers of mean, median and mode in the comment section. I'll be waiting for that. And thank you. And in the next video, we'll be learning about more different examples, more different criteria of solving this. So please like, share the video and please subscribe my channel if you like it. Thank you so much. Thank you.